to the Scamslam channel. I'm here to bring you content from both shady and some not so shady individuals on TikTok. Ever scrolled through your For You page and come across a sketchy scam or a questionable character? Well, you're not alone, and that's where I come in. On this channel, I'll be diving deep into the world of TikTok to expose scams, scammers, and problematic content to steer clear of. From beggars, scammers, fakers, liars, abusers, and awareness creators that you watch, I'll be here to share it all. I'll be doing it all through showing live streams and adding in comments where appropriate. Be sure to look out for those red flags. So if you want to stay informed on what's really going on in the world of TikTok, then hit that subscribe button and join me on this wild ride. Let's expose the truth together, and reminder, don't send money to anyone on TikTok.
What's funny is, yes, this is a cult that runs the world, right? Most powerful motherfuckers. What's really funny is they're scared of me for whatever happened. They've proven that, obviously, because, But they don't know, but not all of them know about that family. Oh, I have. I've been in contact with the UK and that long before now. They want to help me, but in order to help me, I gotta be there. Hence, what's going on? We're just talking about the fucked up cult. No, they're scared of me and shit. I know Sue was a victim. All the kids are victims, and then they repeat the cycle when they get older. That's what a cult is. They believe... I don't understand it. There was a field trip that I could have gone on in like 9th grade, or it was like 8th or 9th grade. I think it was 9th grade. It was to Washington, D.C. Linda refused to let me go, and I'm wondering now if it's because she was afraid I would recognize something. Or if... Yeah, that's the Illuminati. What do you... Yeah. I don't know when Epstein Island started, but I found another survivor, and I found a few survivors. I duetted her video, and she talks about being in a cage and being in a cage naked, like I have. What I've been told is what I don't remember is far worse than what I do remember. Other things that happened to me. And Epstein files are going to be coming out. And I don't know if I'm ready for that. But I'll be alright. And I know a lot of people aren't going to want to believe what they read or what they see, because of how bad it is. Do you know there's all the survivors, they stay silent, or the ones that speak out were called crazy and all this shit, and that's why the ones that stay silent. Not just that, but they do the fear tactics, the shit that they've been doing to me, they do to all the survivors. But the thing is, these people don't seem to get the fact that I know that they have a bounty on my head. I also know that they can't do shit to me. Because if they could, I wouldn't be here right now. If they could have taken me out, that would have happened a very long time ago. Anybody ever have a nervous breakdown? Because I don't know what it's like, and I've been waiting to have one. Before certain memories, like, are you talking about things that happened to me, or like running up to the man in the gray suit and that, and being with the family? It was me, a man and a woman, and another child in a car like the National Lampoon's Vacation car. I remembered all that when I was a kid. I never said anything about it. Something told me not to. Because when I mentioned something to Linda about the memory of the person in the gray suit, she went pale, said it was my imagination, it never happened, and then started poisoning me again. When I was sitting in my car in 2023, when I lived in my car, oh yeah. It also makes sense as to why I don't like anything orange. I can eat like lime suckers, lemon hard candy, lime hard candy, that kind of thing. Orange, fuck that shit. Everything is better. Even orange sherbet. Orange juice, orange sherbet, orange soda, orange hard candy, anything orange is extremely better to me because of that sucker. But when I was sitting in my car in Florida in 2023, I was getting ready to make a video or something. And all of a sudden, it was like I was taken to... I was in this cellar dungeon thing. There was like on this wall, there was like a fireplace, then a pillar, like come out, and there'd be a pillar. And then on this side of the pillar, there would be another fireplace, and then out here would be another pillar. And they would have... It had torches lit on the pillars. Black table. A lot of children. I threw up. I couldn't stop crying. I don't even remember how long I cried for. I saw, these motherfuckers are cannibals. And some children died that way. I'm alright. Yeah, for the longest time, you gotta understand, I questioned my own memories. Because I was made to believe they weren't real. And now I'm finding other survivors that I hear them saying the same things that I remember and the same things I've said. Did I ever, for 1 second, think that I had ever been to Epstein Island? No. One reason I'm so determined is not just to prove who I am and reunite with my family, it's to get justice not for me, not just for me, but for all the other victims. The ones that survived and the ones that are no longer here. And I'm not going to stop till that happens. See, nothing will ever change what happened to me or those other victims, but we at least we can get justice. I've been finding people that, you know, I've been finding survivors and people that are exposing these motherfuckers. I do hope that when the time comes that they just plead guilty. But as sick and as sadistic as they are, I don't know if they will. Selling your soul for monetary gain and doing the shit that they did. That they've been doing for at least 1,000 years. And them covering it by the claiming to be good people and that. Their motherfucking symbol is an upside down fucking pentagram. To the glory of God. That's who started Christianity. God damn it. Work, bitch. Oh, wait. My thing. Shit. I'm alright. Tomorrow. I know, right? Tomorrow. Yeah. I Pookie there said time to get elevated. That's why I stopped off. Yeah, I'm alright. Trust me, I'm alright. But, I realized something today. You know how usually I'm in a lot of pain and everything, right? I think I know what's been causing it. Other than I have osteoporosis, arthritis, and everything. I fell asleep on my couch over here last night. But thankfully, I put my feet up before I did. Shit, then woke up at 9:30, so I didn't take my medication last night. And it was the first time I woke up, a bit of achiness, but not really any pain. So I thought about it, and I'm like, okay, well, maybe it's because I slept on the couch. So I went to the restroom, went and laid down. Slept, after I got my groceries, I went and laid down, went to sleep. Woke up, just a little bit of achiness. And the only medication I took, because I'm testing a theory now, the only medication I took today was my epilepsy medication and my vitamins and supplements that I get through like the TikTok shop. I didn't take any other of the other prescribed shit. The muscle relaxers, all that. And I think that's what's causing it. Because why is it every time I take the shit, I'm in horrible pain all the time? But I don't take it, and I'm also wondering if that's why I've been getting so exhausted and everything too. Like I have been. Now I need to figure out when that started. Because I think I might know exactly what's been causing it. Let's see what the side effects are for meloxicam. That's what I'm wondering, because the way I've been breathing, when I get overwhelmed and everything, I'm seriously wondering if it's the medications. Side effects for meloxicam. Non-steroid, anti-inflammatory, and said has a range of potential side effects which can be mild to or severe. Contains box warnings. Increased risk of serious, basically heart attack and stroke, bleeding and ulcers. Stomach upset, abdominal pain, nausea, and vomiting, diarrhea, constipation, heartburn or gas, dizziness or headache, swelling, especially hands, ankles, feet, flu-like symptoms, sore throat, upper respiratory tract infection, rash or itching. Signs of an allergic reaction. Difficulty breathing, hives, swelling of the face, tongue, or throat. Now, he told me to stop taking, my regular doctor told me to stop taking the gabapentin, but let's find out. What are the side effects of gabapentin? Drowsiness or tiredness, dizziness, problems with coordination, unsteadiness, and balance, swelling of the hands, feet, or ankles, nausea and vomiting, headache, blurred or double vision, unusual eye movements, weight gain, dry mouth, diarrhea or constipation, cold flu-like symptoms, memory problems, or difficulty concentrating. Allergic reaction symptoms can include hives, difficulty breathing, or swelling of the face, lips, tongue, or throat. Breathing problems, mood or behavioral changes. That's why I quit taking it too. Wait. Hold on. Did that just say what I think it did? Increased seizures. Something stopping the medication can lead to withdrawal symptoms, including an increase of seizure frequency. I don't like it. I'm not taking it. My doctor doesn't like it either. Side effects for Robaxin. Drowsiness, dizziness, headache, nausea, vomiting, upset stomach, flushing, warmth, redness, or tingling feeling. Confusion or memory problems, blurred vision or double vision, sleeping problems, insomnia. Lack of coordination, metallic taste in mouth. That's probably why I always feel like it always tastes. It was like I always tasted blood in my mouth. I couldn't figure out why. Light has side effects, allergic reaction, serious side effects. A lightheaded feeling, you might pass out, slow heartbeats, a seizure, convulsions, jaundice, hives, difficulty breathing, swelling of face, lips, tongue, or throat, pain, bruising or swelling. Yeah, I don't have that. Yeah. The the methocarbamol I've been on for years. Doctors, when I was there, put me on that. The meloxicam, my pain management doctor put me on. Gabapentin, and my epilepsy medication, my neurologist put me on. So, you know. So, yeah, fuck that shit. The only thing I'm going to take now is the epilepsy medication. I was diagnosed by the hospital in 2023. I do have seizures. But I'm wondering if it is caused by, yeah. I don't know. So, and I can't fucking trust any doctors, obviously. Not here. Today was the first time I haven't really been in a whole lot of pain. Which is nice. You know, really nice. So yeah. So tomorrow, or, later tomorrow. Today it's already tomorrow. I'm going to be setting up the GoFundMe page to in hopes to get help raising money to get over there and everything, because EBT will not work there either, so that's another thing. So I'm hoping to be there at least a month, get everything situated, and yeah. Well, at least that's what they say, but I think it needs to be redone, clearly. I can't trust doctors. Not here, anyway. So, you know who I really need to see? Like now? Or tomorrow, because I'm not going anywhere? We all know. Right? I wish. Yes. Yeah, I do. I need one of his hugs. That's what I need. Will I get that? I don't know. I've been waiting. And waiting. And waiting. You know. That's all I can do. That's true. I love that video, and that video is very precious to me, and I cherish it. I'd like for him to do it again, you know, but and no, let me show you the video because you may not have seen it. Well, then, there's this. Yes, he was serenading me. And when you hear go Cheech, yeah, Cheech, that's his uncle. One of them. Who sought me out in the crowd. I taught him everything I know. Oh, he did an amazing job. And yeah, we call him Cheech at home. I'm like, oh, okay. Just everything going over my fucking head. Then his mom, I ran into his mom and that at the elevator later on that evening, and she's like, "Oh my God, Heather, you're still here?" Yeah. We're aware. And then that was the first time well, not first time that night, but first night we met in person. I'm an idiot. I just thought he was being nice. Idiot. was gonna tell him that night, and then I kept hearing Linda's voice. Why would you embarrass yourself like that? He would never be with something like you. Not someone like me, something like, yeah. I'm very vocal about how I feel about him. He knows exactly how I feel about him. But when it comes to knowing how he feels about me, he can throw every sign in the goddamn book at me and I'm not gonna get it. Because then I start questioning, is he being nice? And I overthink everything. The only way I'm gonna know is he tells me. Or, just comes up to me and kisses me while I do. Shut up. I've dealt with a lot of bullshit. I've dealt with a lot of his fans pretending to be my friend because they thought it would get closer to him through me. Which I don't understand. It's like, that's sad and disgusting behavior. If you're going to be friends with somebody, be friends with them for the right reasons, not to get close to somebody else. And the only one that has, who would never be with you? You come from two different backgrounds. Well, yeah, that's bound to happen. He would never be with you, your age. He would never be with you. Look at him, look at you. He can be with anybody he wants. He would never be with you. Now it's like, and I don't listen. Yeah, I've questioned it. I used to a lot, but now it's like, until he tells me, you know. Now I'm like, I think about it, I'm like, why wouldn't he be with me? Like, think about it. Why wouldn't he want to be with someone like me? I'm a good person. I'm a good woman who loves him, is in love with him, and would do anything for him. I fell in love with him before I ever knew his name or what he did for a living. Fell in love with him the moment I laid eyes on him. And I've been waiting for almost 5 years. I've been true to him the whole time. Not knowing hurts more than him just if he would just reject me. But he won't. He had, and I don't. Like, I don't know if it's because he doesn't want to hurt me or because I didn't make, like, you would think he would tell me. Not keep me hanging on this long. If he's afraid that, because I know he's been hurt before, he's just afraid of being hurt again. I get it. I mean, maybe he thinks that he won't have enough time for me. I'm not, like, a little bit of communication and, spending quality time with me every now and then. I understand his schedule. I understand how busy he is, and I understand what comes with being with someone like him, someone who has a career like that. So I wait. Hello. So I wait. Because I can't do anything else. He's had my heart from the beginning, and I can't be with anybody unless it's him. And if he were to tell me he didn't want to be with me or whatever, it's okay. Rejection is part of life. I would get over it eventually. Would it hurt? Yeah. Would I eventually? Yeah. As long as he's happy, that's all that matters to me. Would I still be there and support him and everything? Yeah, of course. Would I ever be with anybody else? Like, would I ever be with anybody if he said he didn't want to be with me? No. Because whether he and I end up together or not, I'll never be with anybody unless it's him. I made that decision a long time ago. Yeah, I know. Before I ever came across Frankie, I made the decision in December of 2020 that I would never fall in love, never be with anybody. I was going to be single the rest of my life. I made that decision before I ever knew about Frankie. He's the exception. I am in love with him. I've been true to him this whole time. I'm not even any crush I had went out the fucking window as soon as I saw him. I didn't even know his name. Shit, it wasn't even his account. It was his video on a scammer account. So I had no idea. And then he opened his mouth, started saying, I'm like, oh my god, who is this guy? He needs to be doing this for a living. I had no fucking clue. But I knew that's what he was born to do. And then I learned. But even if he didn't have his career, didn't have shit going for him right now, and I met him when we were both homeless, he would have been the one I would have been with. In a heartbeat. I want to spend the rest of my life with him. You don't choose who you fall in love with. It just happens. You name it, I've been called it. Someone setting up a fucking account to make it look like I'm fucking stalking him. That was like, what, 2023? And I'm still here. And it was to change his mind about me. And he never did. I don't think anybody could get him to change his mind about me. Do you? I mean, I don't think so. Shit. You want something, you don't know what the fuck you want. Well, I know what I want, but that's beside the point. I don't know what I want to eat, though. Anyways, Lord have mercy. So, I want to spend the rest of my life with that man. If I am ever lucky enough for him to give me his heart and decide to be with me, he's gonna be stuck with me. He's like, going nowhere. He gets tired of me, he better take a fucking nap because then he won't be tired of me anymore. Damn it. You know? So, and I miss him. You know, when you think you can't love someone any more than you already do, and then the next day you love them more than you did the day before. And you miss him terribly. More than you've ever missed anyone in your entire life. You put up with the shit from a lot of people because of how you feel about them, because they give you a lot of shit. You just go with the flow, and you're polite, and you just wish them good morning, hope you have a wonderful day, you know. Because you always do your best to be the bigger person because it's just who you are. Ain't got time for childish bullshit, you know. So, the song "Hopelessly Devoted to You" that kind of fits very well with the situation. Because, you know, where she says, my head is saying, "Fool, forget him." My heart is saying, "Don't let go." Yeah, I've dealt with that. Hold on to the end. That's what I intend to do, yeah. See, the thing is, he's worth the wait. That's why I wait, because he's worth the wait. And I'll wait till he's ready. I've never loved anybody like I love him. He's the only one I've ever been in love with in my entire life. The only one that never made my skin crawl. The first person that I was actually comfortable with touching me. The one person I trust more than anything or anyone in this world. And all I want to do is see him and spend a little quality time with him. Make me the happiest woman in the universe. Shit. Because for me, making memories and spending quality time with him means more to me than anything. I don't need gifts. I don't need anything like that. I just need quality time with him. Well, that one of his hugs. I need one of his hugs. I do. You know that feeling when you hug somebody, you never want them to let you go. I cherish every moment I've ever gotten to spend with him. As short as they've been, even with interruptions. They mean more to me than anything. I don't want to change anything about him. I don't want to. I would never let him give up his career, let's put it that way. If he ever said he was tired of it, I was like, hey, you're giving up. You're born to do this. I love him. And because of how I feel about him, I've been called a lovesick teenager. I'm delusional, you name it, it's been said. He would never be with you. Did he tell you that? No. Did he think that you were in his mind? No, then shut the fuck up. It's just me. I wish he would just show up on the door. Show up at my front door. Ring my doorbell, surprise me. And tell me how he feels, one way or the other. It's been almost 5 years. But I'll wait as long as it takes, because if it means him and I ending up together in the end, the wait is worth it. He's like knight in shining armor, Prince Charming, and hero all wrapped up into one. And I would rather have the worst of worst days with him than the best of best days without him. Because the worst of the worst days with him are so much better than the best of the best days without him. Night. I'll tell you later. So, I want the good, the bad, and the ugly with him. Like I said, the worst of the worst days with him would be so much better than the best of the best days without him. So it's almost 2 a.m. and I'm sitting here crying. I don't know why the fuck I'm crying. Maybe someday. Anywho, well, I like it if he would show up at my house too. So, Frankie, if you're watching, I'll be home all day tomorrow. If you're here, come on over. Shit, why not? Make me the happiest woman in the universe to see him. Anywho, I think I'm gonna end this. And, I had a meeting today. Should probably eat something. Should probably eat something. But yeah. I hope he does. Be a very happy woman if he did. Like, hell, I'm going to sleep first. It's only 2 a.m. Shit. Not quite 2 a.m. Probably be sitting on my couch tomorrow watching Mrs. Brown's Boys, which is the funniest fuck English comedy of the show. Yeah. I think after these nails come off, I'm not doing them anymore. I need to let my nails heal, and I need to get that nail oil stuff. Maybe then my nails will actually grow. So, anywho, hope y'all have a great night, great day, whatever time it is where you're at, and you as well. Anyways, hope y'all have a great night, great day, whatever time it is where you're at, and maybe I'll get lucky and he will show up, who knows. Make me the happiest woman in the universe if it did. So, until next time, I will see y'all later. Have a good night, guys. Picture of someone, she was using the name Kimmy. I'd have to go back and look, but she was following me and everything, and she started, at first she seemed supportive, but then she started asking like questions like, and I'm like, why the fuck does it concern you? It just was weird to me. So Sue also had a trach. And when she supposedly passed away, she was 419 pounds. Now, mind you, the first picture, she's wearing false teeth as well. The second picture, you could tell that the woman wears false teeth, but doesn't have teeth. Hello. Now, I want to know if I'm tripping because this has been bothering me. I blocked her in November of 2023, but it's been bugging the fuck out of me. Something had been nagging at me about this bitch. So this is, if I could get it to be clear, don't want it. Fucking phone. All right. So that's Sue. I guess that's about as good as it's gonna get. There we go. That's Sue. This is that woman. I'd have to go look up on Insta. But yeah, this is the woman I was talking about. Am I tripping? Mind you, the pictures were taken about 30 years apart. It looks like there might be a trach right there. And Sue, when she passed away, when she supposedly passed away, weighed 419 pounds. Is it possible According to ChatGPT, it is possible that these two might actually be the same person. And it's been nagging at me this entire fucking time. I couldn't shake something about this woman. It was bugging the fuck out of me. Right there where it looks like there's something might be poking up. And if you look right here, there, it looks like that's not quite normal. If someone is faking her death, or someone fakes her death, she's gonna have some plastic surgery and some things done to make her appearance change a bit. Is it possible that it might be the same person? It's been nagging me for this amount of time. Something about her. I knew there was something about her because she kept asking me the weirdest fucking things. Like, didn't I raise money for you? No, bitch. How did you raise money for me? It was when I was living in my car. It was like a total of $70. And she's like, what are you still... And just asking fucking weird-ass question. Why can't you live with Frankie and all this shit? It's like... It was just like, this doesn't make sense. This is Sue, who was supposedly be my biological mother, who supposedly passed away on October 10th, 2005. I'm right. This picture was taken in 1993. She has false teeth. When she passed away, she had a trach. Supposedly passed away, she had a trach. I just have that my gut is telling me. Being this being 30 years older. So are you saying the same person? You think it's the same person too? No. This is not my mother. This is the one who supposedly was my biological mother. No. I'm talking these two being the same person. Her and her. Same person. The bitch faked her death. It's been nagging at me this entire fucking time. So I'm not crazy. It's not just me. Cricket 6245. I blocked her. Here's what she replied to my story. November 4th, 2023. She replied to my story. It was a picture of, or a video of Frankie that I shared of him singing. She says, Heather, why are you doing a GoFundMe? I said, if you go look at it, it will tell you why. This was when I had my car and everything else. I was living in my car. And I was having problems. I needed to get my car fixed. Well, didn't work out, obviously, clearly, because I don't even have a driver's license now. And I have a home and everything else. And look where we're at now. She says, I did go to it. I raised money for you in the past. As you said, you needed to move out of a spot you were in. You stated you needed gas money to complete it, but you never did go anywhere. I said, yes, I did. She said, why can't you live with Frankie and travel? Frankie and I have never been together. I'm in love with him, yes, but we have never been even intimate, nothing, except the most intimate we've been is in that video. But it was like, this is nuts. I said, I'm not in Florida anymore, for one, and how far can someone go on $70? I'm doing the best I can to survive, trying to get a job and make a life for myself. What is your deal? I'm, and I blocked her. So just something told me to block her. And that's who it was. Seven followers following 0 people, supposedly. Like, now I'm like, what the fuck? I don't even. So it's not just me. My gut feeling. It was my gut feeling. Something. Because the questions, it was just too fucking weird. And I had a weird vibe from her, and I couldn't figure out why. And now I know. Fucking Sue. It was Sue. For anyone wondering, I did start the GoFundMe. The link to it is in my bio. On all my pages. So, excuse me. Oh, excuse me. Yes, I did take all that stuff earlier. For whoever is peeking in and not in here, come in. Welcome in. The 6 people. So, Jesus Christ. Now comes the question. The person last night, by the way, I was able to do screenshots of all the comments they left. Could that actually be Sue doing all this shit? That's my question. Is she the one that's been behind all of this? Is she the one behind all of this? Hey, you want to see something? You know how we figured out Sue faked her death? Do you remember I don't know how long you've been on my journey with me. But you know that person Cricket back in 2023? Yeah. That I ended up blocking because she was asking really weird questions. I got a weird vibe from her. I'm going to show you 2 pictures. One is of Sue in 1993. The other one is of Cricket, probably 2023. Now, Sue had false teeth. When she passed away, she was 419 pounds, when she supposedly passed away. and she had a drink. So these pictures would have been taken about 30 years apart. Keep that in mind. And also, if you're faking your death, you're going to want to have plastic surgery in that, right? Just a little bit. Okay, so here we have Sue. When it wants to clear up. There we go. See? Okay. 1993. And this is the woman that was asking me very weird fucking questions. And this was in probably taken 2023. Looks like there might be a trach because there looks something poking out. No teeth. Just wearing dark eye makeup. And a different hairstyle. With the bangs. And losing weight. Well, when she passed away, what, from 419 pounds? Well, this is Sue in 1999, or 1993. This is someone named Cricket, probably in 2023. It's the same motherfucking person. This whole time, because I blocked her in November of 2023. Because I was like, what's your deal? It was just weird. Something has been nagging at me this whole time about her, and I couldn't figure out what the fuck it was until I was going through my messages on Insta, and something kept telling me keep going, and I got to hers, and then I decided to take a closer look at her picture, and I'm like, no fucking way. I asked ChatGPT and I put in the differences, and it said, oh yeah, there's a very high possibility that this and this are the same motherfucking person. And what if the same person has been doing this shit this whole time? One person I would have never figured because, supposedly she's dead. The one who got her real daughter involved and had her real daughter open her fucking mouth. Or piss her real daughter off. Because she knows. Oh, yes. Yes. Yes, I did. Yes. It's her. And it's like, I blocked her account. In 2023. I didn't know at the time it was her. She just started asking more questions. Her account was under the name Cricket. Like, really nosy questions. Like, what's your deal, you know? The real Heather opened the can of worms. Noah's been nagging at me this whole time. There was something about her. I just could not figure it out. There was something about it. All this time later, I'm like, there's something. And then something just told me to go into my messages. And I was just looking at the general file of messages, and I kept scrolling. Got to the bottom. For some reason, I kept scrolling, got to the bottom, and it found something just said, look at the picture. Just look at the picture. I did, and I just took a screenshot, enlarged it, cropped it. I'm like, holy shit. What would be the chances that she would be the one doing it? The shit that's been going on. Like, what would be the odds that the person doing all the shit is Sue, aka Cricket? Hello. aka whatever fucking name she's using these days. I can't believe this shit. So I started the GoFundMe. It's in my bio on all my socials. Fingers crossed. I'll have the money so I can in my passport soon and I can leave. And go prove who the fuck I really am. Sue knows that if it comes out who I really am, and it's proven, not only does that family go down, her secret comes out that she's still alive, and she goes down too. So I looked up the cost of everything, and I'm planning on being there for at least a month. And it's going to be over $6,000. I have it set at $6,000. Do I expect that I will get that? I don't know. But with the cost of yeah. So I just did the least amount that I could, that I would be able to get there and be in a place for. And plus, food, my Snap is not going to work there, so I gotta pay cash for everything. for food, for all, you know what I mean? So I'm trying. I'm trying. The UK. Going to prove who I am. Well, I'm great. I'm not. I don't ask for help for anything. So I put it at 6,000. I can figure it, and I'm planning on putting money into it too. Yeah, I'm gonna. I'm not used to asking for help, and I mean, this is hard for me. I've had people before tell me they would help me, and they didn't. I learned a long time ago not to ask for help. So me doing this is a lot. So, and I don't want people to think I'm greedy or anything like that, and that's why. And I know times are hard, and with everything as expensive as it is, I don't ask for anything. But this means so much to me, and I need to do this. And anything will help, you know? Sorry, I don't know why I'm crying. I think we figured it. I think Sue's been the one stalking me. And then I think her daughter may have, the real Heather got pissed off because maybe she wouldn't shut up about me. And then after she opened her fucking mouth, oh shit, now this is what we gotta do. I don't know. I also took into consideration how much an Uber or Lyft is going to be from here to the airport as well. So I looked up at the basic, the least amount. And I did it for like February. Because I don't know. I know it's going to take time, and I don't know how sooner it'll be in that. Oh, excuse me. So, somebody wrote a letter, that lives over there. She wrote a letter to and sent it to, missing persons and Parliament and BBC News, and she's all of it. Like, she's doing her best too. She's over there, so, and she's gonna, help me out when I'm over there, with rides and things like that, and show me around and that kind of thing. I never ask for anything. Except now. Because I have to do this. And I'm going to do this. It's time they pay for everything they've done, including Sue, who's out there hiding. Like the coward she fucking is. Using fake accounts. That's why I never figured out who it was. That's why I never figured out who it was, because Sue's already... It's on record that she's dead. How deranged does one have to be? Boy. Yeah, so we're just doing that shit. I mean, when it came to airline miles, probably. I mean, you'd probably have to call and ask. For those of you, if you are wanting to donate but want to do it anonymously, you can do that too. Sorry, I'm elevated before I came on here, and then I got worked up because the goddamn cunt is fucking stalking me. The woman that I thought was my biological mother. I mourned that bitch for years. Sue's alive and well. Well, not mentally well. I got worked up. So when I get worked up, I have diverticulitis and all that. So when I get worked up and that, I get exhausted and like gasping for air. But yeah, I'm fine. I'm just worked up. So Sue, the one I believed was my biological mother, who supposedly passed away in 2005, which I knew. But there was this woman in 2023 who found me on here, started following me, then started following me on Insta. Well, then she started asking me questions because I started a GoFundMe because I was living in my car and I was trying to get my car fixed. Because the brakes were going out and all that kind of thing. And this was in November of 2023. And she's like, why did you start a GoFundMe? I raised money for you to get out of there and this and that. Why can't you live with Frankie? Number one, Frankie and I have never been together. Am I in love with him? Yes. Does he know? Yes. Everything happens when it's meant to. Now, I just, what the fuck you, like, I kind of like, what is your deal? Because this doesn't make sense. And I said, $70, doesn't get you very far when it comes to gas, and I'm not in Florida anymore, bitch. You know, I didn't say bitch, but. And I said, what is your deal? And then I ended up blocking her, I don't know. And then it's been nagging at me all this time later, something about her. Then I went to Instagram, just something. And I just started scrolling through my messages. It came to her and said, something told me to look closer. So I looked at the picture, I enlarged it and everything. I'm like, oh no, no fucking way. No fucking way. I knew she fucking faked her death. That's why I never figured out who's been doing it. Who's been stalking me all this time. Saying the bullshit like last night. This is Sue in 1993. Excuse me. This is that cricket bitch, probably in 2023. Sue had false teeth. Sue also, at the time of her supposed passing, was 419 pounds. She had a trach. See something poking up there? And she would wear it under her shirt. The oxygen thing under her shirt. Add 30 years. Take out the teeth. Dark eye makeup. This is Sue. Or is it just me? And a little bit of plastic surgery. You know, you gotta, if you fake your death, you gotta do some surgery to make it look different. Look at her eyes. She like has no soul. She has no fucking soul. That's Sue. Hang on a second. I want to see something. I'm wondering if she had ever been to visit her sister and brother-in-law in 1981 in West Germany. We're gonna find out right now what I'm thinking could possibly be. What if I was wrong about a few things? Just a few. Now, because you know who else had short hair around that time? But as far as I knew, she'd never been to see her brother and sister-in-law, or her sister and brother-in-law in Germany when they were stationed there, because, you know. And she was bigger than Carol. Yeah, I'm going to. All I gotta do is go to West Germany to do that shit. Or not West Germany, but the UK. I didn't think about this. That's her in 1980. That's the suspect in the disappearance of Catrice Lee. This was done a year after the disappearance. I thought it was Carol, but Carol and Sue look so much alike. Or did. I thought it was Carol. See, this is Sue. Back in like 1980 or 81, like the beginning of 81, actually. And where's that fucking picture? This is Carol taken a few years ago. See, they look a lot alike, right? So, because Sue had long hair, I didn't even think about that. No, I was kidnapped. And then the adoption was done by their sister, who was sadistic, and it was illegal. But, where's the picture of the dad and suspect now? Hold on. I thought the suspect was Carol. And take into account that it could have been Sue. Because I didn't know that. I never heard of her going over there. Yes. No, they claim this is supposedly my biological mother. She's not. I never took into account it could have been her. And that is Heather Anderton's real mother. I know Tanya and I were kept together at some point, and now I'm wondering if they had Tanya at some point. Oh, I already know, because on October 28th, 2024, someone by the name of Heather Edgerton came out of my life and said, "Oh my God, you're my long sister named Tanya. You were kidnapped." And it went from there, and it's been confirmed to me that I definitely was abducted. I was trafficked. And now, yes, I have to go to the UK. I never took into account that it could have been her I didn't think. I had it, because I never heard about her going over there. I never would have. But I knew that Bob and Carol were over there around that time. Yeah. Um, Catrice Lee's father was in the Royal British military. Um, he was a sergeant major. No, they also think it's a man. I never took into account it would be her. Why didn't I take it into account? I don't know. But she was, she had to have been over there at that time. She also faked her death. Because look, I thought it was her sister. She it looks like, you know. But, yeah, they let him go too because he wasn't the one. I thought it was her. Because they look so much alike. I did not. But this was taken approximately 1981. It wasn't her. It was Sue. (1981), 1993, 2023. She faked her death in 2005. And it had been nagging at me this whole motherfucking time. This bitch is the one that's been stalking me. It's been her. She was 419 pounds when she supposedly passed away. You see where the trach would be right there. I blocked this bitch 2 years ago. And it's been negative. Something about it kept popping up. Something. And I couldn't. It's driving me crazy. So tonight. This is Sue in 1981. This is Sue in 1993. This is who I was told was my biological mother. She faked her fucking death. Yeah. She. Fuck. Heather Enderton is her real daughter. Let me show you. I'm going to just go to Google. That's Catrice Lee's age progression. Because I remember 4 hours later, after her passing, she's still normal body temperature, soft to the touch, normal coloring. Still had an IV, still connected to oxygen. Supposedly had MRSA, but was in a regular room. They didn't find it for at least a week after going into the hospital. And then they said the first two feeding tubes didn't take, so they would have, if they did another one, they would have to put it in her groin. Yeah, feeding tubes. That's like Joy Tribbiani and Friends playing Dr. Whatever on Days of Our Lives. This is me. That's age progression. The hospital. And then after putting her in hospice, even having MRSA, they took her out of ICU and put her in a regular room? Come on now. So yeah, that's the age progression of Catrice Lee, and that is me. Right here. So you tell me. People will do anything for money. Oh, please, I ain't worried. That whole damn cult is scared of me. They've proven that multiple times. I've had my actual official death threat after one found out what my legal name actually was. Because I said, I said, y'all know. And I took screenshots of everything. I can't get help from FBI or nothing here. I gotta go over to the UK. So I started a GoFundMe. The links are in my bio on all my pages. It's the only way I could get a DNA test done in that. I was abducted, I know I was trafficked. And now I'm realizing it was Sue that she had to have been visiting Carol and Bob. I thought it was Carol because they were stationed over there. I never heard about Sue ever going to Germany or overseas. Well, don't you know FBI and police and that? They're the lapdogs. Hi. The one that's been stalking me all this time, the reason I could never figure it out was Sue. It's Sue. The bitch faked her fucking death. I basically solved my own kidnapping. I don't need to hire. What the fuck are they gonna do? You don't know much about the Illuminati, do you? Now that I know the Illuminati had nothing to do with my kidnapping, but somebody had me at some point, and I was trafficked. And that family is being protected. Think about Masons, Eastern Star Knights, and Templar Scottish Rites. That is the Illuminati. Look it up. There's plenty of videos on here. I've posted things. The one who's been behind it was Sue. Oh, it's okay. It's I've had a lot of fucked up shit, dealing with a lot of fucked up shit, and now I know that's why I could never figure out who was behind it. That's why I could never figure out who was behind what was been going on online with my stalker and everything, coming on fake accounts. I am the calmness to show who they truly were. The one thing I've learned, it's always the person you least expect. That would be the person I least expected. Yes, they have age progression photos of Catrice. I just showed you. Now I have to go get a deal. I have to go to the UK. That's the only way I'm going to be able to do anything about it. Okay. Looks nothing like me. Hi, Sue. Oh no, you're Melinda Honey. Which I don't care who you are. Honestly, I fucking don't. I don't. You just looked it up, huh? Looks nothing like me. Looks nothing like me, right? Nothing like me, right? Right? Looks nothing like me, right? Looks nothing like me, right? Or hold on. Let me show you. Let's show you something else. I think they're on here. There's Catrice. There's my daughters. None like that either, right? You know, the Melinda person. I don't know if you're what Melinda, right? And I think you're full of shit, Sue. Oh, so now you want to report me for harassment and bullying because the truth is coming out, right? You know, it's funny because I appeal it and I get it back. I don't know what you think you're going to accomplish by doing this, you psychopath, you. It's very simple. I'm going to take care of this real quick. Anywho, that's Catrice's father. Does that help? Along with the same birthmark in the same spot, the same wall in the same spot, and so on. So, Sue, ollie ollie Oxenfree, come on. We know you faked your death. Now I have proof. Excuse me, and if you don't think your family will turn you in to save themselves, sugar tits, you got another thing coming. I know your family better than you do if you think that. The rest of your life in prison. You know, now I'm thinking about it, she acted like she loved me and everything. She never did, obviously, because she's not my mother. I'm sure Hudson Hill. She gets there. Well, so I ended up escaping. Somehow I escaped. And I ran away. It was in probably 1996 or 1986. So because I was seen, so I was with Sue until 1989. Then we were her or myself and her son because she didn't take care of him either. I took care of him. We ended up going to her sadistic sister's house. Was staying with her, and it was good for her and her husband. It was good for till the adoption took place in 1990, and that's when hell continued. And they are in Oklahoma. And Sue, well, Sue's somewhere. Could be anywhere in the world. She faked her fucking death, so, I took care of that dumb bitch. I took care of her. I defended her. I protected her. She faked her death in 2005. She's the one been doing all this shit for the past 3 years, getting others involved. It was Sue. That's why I never figured it out. It's always the least person you would expect. Clearly. And now I have proof that she didn't die. A picture is worth 1,000 words. I don't talk to her husband, but you know what? I think I'm gonna contact him. I'm gonna let him know if he's, I don't know if he knows or not that she's alive, and I'm gonna send him her picture. I will make a phone call tomorrow. I'm going to let a very specific person know and send that person the evidence, the pictures. Thank you. Well, every little bit helps, and if you can, amazing. If not, just keep me in your thoughts and prayers, and send good vibes. You know, I cannot I can't do this shit. The basement I could have been kept in was theirs the whole fucking time. This fucking feels like a goddamn soap opera, I'm telling you. Hi. Sue fakes her death has been the one stalking me all this fucking time. She's the one who was using the name Cricket and the one I blacked in 2023. And most likely was visiting her brother-in-law and sister in November of 1981. Because this picture was from 1981. I'm okay. Oh, I'm okay. This is 1981. This is 1993. She supposedly died in 2005. But then in 2003, this person started following me as we started talking, and something's been nagging at me this entire time. Well, they say that was me. It wasn't, clearly. The age progression of the girl in the red dress that's supposedly me is actually Heather Anderton, Sue's real child. But yeah. Considering Sue this was in 1993, she had false teeth. When she supposedly passed, she was 419 pounds. Also had a trach. If you look right there, it looks like there might be a trach there under her shirt. Little plastic surgery. Dark eye makeup. Her eyes here and her eyes here are the same. No soul. But then let's go with the see, I thought because they look a lot alike, her and her sister do. I thought it was her. This was taken a few years ago of Carol. I never took into account that it would have been her because the only time I ever knew her to have short hair was, yeah. That's Sue. She's the one that's been stalking me online. She's the one that set up the account to make it appear that I was stalking Frankie in 2023. It's been her the whole fucking time. Heather Anderton is her real daughter. Okay. So I ended up starting a GoFundMe page. I put all the links on. Well, she hated her life. She was in assisted living. Her husband was taking her back out of the assisted living nursing home, back and forth from his apartment to there. He was assaying her. Nobody cared about her, except me. That was before. So I started a GoFundMe so I could get over to the UK and prove who I am. So she could start a new life, most likely. They all knew. So I'm doing started the GoFundMe so I can get over to the UK and prove who I am and be reunited with my real family. So the link is in my bio on my main page on here. If you go to it, I have there's a link for a video on YouTube on it. That Richard Lee, he was giving an interview at a news station or whatever, few years back, so I have that on there, and I have some other stuff on there. But I'm trying to raise the money to get over to the UK, and I'm planning on staying there at least a month. It's the only way I'm going to be able to prove who I really am. It's been 44 years. I'm even older. I'm actually 46. My birthday would have been the 28th. Oh, it is proof who I really am. Be reunited with my real family. So, link for the GoFundMe is in my bio. And if you can't, just send good positive vibes, and it's gonna be there. Because somebody said I should have asked for 10. Should have put it at 10,000. Well, I'm not greedy. I'm trying. Just as long as I can get over there, have a place to stay, and an Airbnb for while I'm there, and food. And that the king is my stamp benefits over there. But I need to go and prove who I am. Can't believe it was easier when I thought it was Carol, I think, because I grew up knowing. I grew up believing Sue was my mom, my biological mom. I defended her, I took care of her, I protected her, I did everything for her. I actually think I know what hate is now. Because I hate her. I hate her. It's probably a good thing I don't know any idea where she is. And that I don't have a driver's license anymore. Because I officially know what hate is now. And I better never see her. Peachy. I'm peachy. I started the GoFundMe. The link is in my bio on all my accounts. On all social media. It's to raise the money so I can get to the UK to prove who I am. And I figured out that Sue now I have proof that Sue did fake her death. And that it wasn't Carol that took me. It was Sue. She's been behind all of it. And Heather Anderton being her real daughter. I mean, she could have been the one that pissed off Heather Anderton. See, Heather Anderton said that her mom was in assisted living and that she was sick, right? And Sue faked her death. She was 419 pounds, had a lot of health issues. Fake your death, have some plastic surgery done. Change just a little bit to where people say you have you have a different nose or whatever. You don't change yourself enough to look like a different person. So, link is in my bio for the GoFundMe. Every little bit helps. And it's gonna be there till I can get the money to go. I'm okay. I'll be fine. Just need to take a couple minutes and just remind myself nothing will ever change what happened to me. And this is not the answer. So I could have been right there the whole time the first time. So Jack could have been in the ones in the car, the front seat, had the argument. And I'm willing to bet they had Tanya for a while too. And me and Tanya being kept together and I'm willing to bet it was in their basement in Iowa. Now, as far as the pictures being taken and that, I'm not real fucking sure about that, but I know when I was running away, somebody had left the cage unlocked or some shit, and that's how I got out. Forgot to lock it. So, So, I'm alright. This is where I would say, Frankie, if you're watching, I could really see you right now. If you could just come over whenever you're not busy, it would be amazing. And I need one of your hugs. I'm just saying, you know. Oh, shit. They all acted like they hated Sue the whole time they were protecting her. The whole time they were protecting that bitch. They helped her. No wonder Carol hated her sister. Well, no wonder Carol hated her parents because Sue took me and she got to keep me after I escaped. Did I get her? I finally figured it out. Carol and her look so much alike. It's uncanny. And considering the fact that in 1981 she had short hair too, and she was heavier than Carol. The one who's been doing the stuff, and the person you would least expect is the one who faked her death. Because she's supposed to be dead, right? How could she possibly be the one behind it? All the fucked up shit that she said. I took care of her. I protected her from her son, who was abusing her. I defended her. I did everything for her. I didn't know what hate was until now. She is, and I have proof. I actually have a picture. Her username on Insta is Cricket. She was asking very weird questions like, I had started a GoFundMe back when I was living in my car because I needed brakes and things for my car because I was living in it. And so she said she raised the money and didn't. So what I was trying to click on. So it's been nagging at me. Something about this woman. I knew two did because they told me. I haven't looked for a minute, you know. I'm kind of. Something about this woman had been bothering me, and I blocked her in November of 2023. And she replied to a video that I had posted on my story on Insta because it was a Frankie singing. She replies to it, Heather, why are you doing a GoFundMe? It said right, and I said, if you go and look at it, it will tell you why. She said, I did go look at it. I raised money for you in the past, and as you said, you needed it to move out of the spot you were in. I was living in my car, so yeah. You stated you needed gas money to complete it, but you never did go anywhere? I said, yes, I did. Because at this time, where was I? I was here. She says, why can't you live with Frankie and travel? Frankie and I have never been together. And I never said we were never. I've stated how many times he and I have never been together. I'm in love with him. He knows, that kind of thing. But no, we have never been together. I said, I'm not in Florida for one, and how far can someone go on $70? I'm doing the best I can to survive, trying to get a job and make a life for myself. What is your deal? And I ended up I couldn't put my finger on it, but I blocked her. It was just driving me crazy. And it's been driving me crazy this whole entire fucking time. This whole time. And something told me, like, just go through my messages, and I did. I had hers in general messages, and I scrolled all the way. Something had told me to go scroll all the way down, and I did. And, yeah. Cricket6245 on Insta. Let me show you. Because I went to it and something told me to look at the picture. And I'm like, after I, just screenshot, large and everything, I'm like, oh, hell no. This is Sue in 1981. This is Sue in 1993. Sue supposedly passed away in 2005. So if you're going to fake your death, you're going to have a little bit of plastic surgery done right, and, maybe some liposuction, whatever, to lose weight. Mind you, she had false teeth. You could tell just because looking at her mouth there, she had false teeth. So, this is the woman who was sending me the messages. This was taken probably 2023. Look at her eyes. And then the dark eye makeup. Look at that. Now, you know how I thought it was Carol that did it, right? Well, Carol and Sue looked a lot alike. Now, this is Carol taken a couple years ago. See, she does look like the suspect, which is why I thought, because I never heard about, I didn't know Sue went over there or nothing. I didn't have any idea, right? Of course, they wouldn't tell me. So, but yet Sue was actually heavier than Carol back then. I didn't take that into account either, but then again, I didn't think that Sue had ever been over there. It was her. I ripped the fucking picture up so bad. I can't. I never thought I'd ever know what hate was. Like, I never thought that I would ever know what hate was or how it felt to hate someone. I actually do now. So, Sue was who I was told was my biological mother. When I say I was trafficked, now that I'm realizing the whole gist of it, Tanya and I most likely were kept together at some point. She would have been taken after I was. And I'm willing to bet that we were kept in that base, in Joan and Jack's basement for years. Until whatever happened to Tanya, and then I escaped. And now I know what it's like to hate somebody. Because I hate that. Oh, I hate her. And when it all comes down to it, when the truth comes out, she knows that her family will turn on her to save their own asses. They will tell law enforcement and all that, exactly where to find her to save themselves. You know, the bullshit that's been going on for almost 3 years on here was her. Yep. I gotta go to the UK to prove who I am. The GoFundMe is in my link is in my bio on all my social media. I want to be over there for about a month at least because of everything. Until I prove who I am, obviously, I'm gonna be in a. I need to stay in an Airbnb, and because that's actually the cheapest. So, yeah. And hopefully I can leave this soon. I don't know when it's gonna be, but I priced everything before I set up the thing, and somebody actually said I should put it at 10,000. It's like, it's weird to me as it is that I'm doing this, but I don't have a choice right now. I've had several people suggest that I do this, so. And I want to thank everybody in advance that does donate, and obviously I'll thank everybody after as well. And if you can't, just send good positive vibes and manifest that this is it'll be soon. And just, I don't even know what to think. But I know Sue's very, well, we know what Heather Edgerton's like, right? Times that. You know what I mean? Sue's worse. Far worse. To do what she's been doing. You think you're dead. And her family protected her all this time, acting like they hated her. And I defended her and took care of her. Stalked by the woman who I believed was my biological mother. That's a headline for you, right? Maybe the reason that the recording of me stopped was because the money ran out. They were being paid to do all that, so the money could have run out, or they saw that I was, being truthful and honest, and oh shit, who the fuck knows? Well, now I'm exhausted. So, I'm going to get a tattoo on the 20th. It's for a fundraiser thing, and I already set the money aside for that before. You know what? I can tell you exactly what I'm trying. I can sit here and watch Frankie's videos and listen to his music, and at this, I don't know. I'm gonna try. I think what seeing him would cheer me up. Seeing him in person would cheer me up even more. I know the man's busy. All I do is cry, and I don't know why I want to cry. When you finally realize that the person that actually kidnapped you was the one you thought was your biological mom, who was completely insane, who faked her own death, and then started stalking you online. It's all the shit that's been going on. It's been her. And of course, she would be the person I least expected because she's supposedly dead, right? I officially know what it feels like to hate somebody. And I just keep reminding myself, it's not worth it. Can't change the past. Hi. So, well, where do I begin? The woman who I believed was my biological mom. You mean Sue in that? I didn't like. Smitty said he wasn't my father. I never met him, and they just said that he was this piece of shit and all this shit. So, Sue faked her death in 2005. In 2023, started following me on My accounts. I blocked her because, at first it was okay, but then started asking weird questions. No. These people are psychotic. What am I going to ask them? Why'd you take me? Well, you know the stalker that comes on here all the time? That's Sue. So if you can ask to say that, if you can get her to answer a question with actually being mature, go for it. That's not going to happen. It wasn't girl that took me either. It was Sue. Well, yeah, when you fake your death in 2005 and it's a show just for me. Yeah, I haven't talked to her. Well, I talked to her in 2023 before I blocked her because she was asking, why can't you live with Frankie and travel? Fucking nut job. 1981. The suspect. Yeah. 1981, 1993, 2023. She's the one been on here running her goddamn mouth on all the fake accounts. I haven't seen any of your questions, and let me look at my blocked list and see what's going on. I don't have any keywords. So I don't know why you're getting filtered. So, she's the one who's been on here running her mouth. It could be just TikTok being asinine too. I took care of her. I took care of her kid. I took care of her. I protected her from shade. Everything for her. Defended her. So, I did the GoFundMe. The link for it is in my bio on all my social media. A couple of people have donated to it already, thankfully. I'm very grateful. See, Sue knows. I prove who I am. They're going to go to her family. Her family is then going to rat her out. Save their own asses. I already see it playing out. Unfortunately, I don't know what will happen because her health issues. That family. I think the only time the Illuminati was actually involved was when they tried to sacrifice me. And I survived. Yes. See, her and Carol look very similar, right? When they both have short hair. But back then, Carol was actually thin. That's one thing that didn't make sense. If it was Carol, that's one thing I couldn't figure out. But I figured, well, the sketch had been done a year after the disappearance. Yeah. I think I escaped the cage. And that's why I was running away. And then being seen. Could be. That I was kept in that basement the whole time, their basement. And people come over because shortly after that time that I escaped and they had me out, whatever, it was shortly after that I met Ralph. And they redid the basement very quickly. Turned it into like an apartment. Probably that way, if I had ever, going down there, I would never, memories wouldn't come back. If it looked completely different. You know. So if someone like Sue. Because clearly faking your own death, that's a crime in itself, plus the kidnapping and everything else. But she has all these health issues. So what the fuck happens to her when it comes time? The sooner I can get over there and prove who I am, the better. I wonder what the uniforms were like for the clerks at the NAFI. Because there was a picture of Sue. They said it was at this convenience store called Sight in Iowa. She had short hair and she had like that, or short sleeve, striped. In 1981, what did the clerks at the NAFI stores in West Germany wear? That's not what the fuck. Oh my god. I did not say that word. Light colored shirt, tie, trousers, or skirt. Oh. This doesn't help. How would you spell site as a convenience store? Um, well, I set up a GoFundMe today. The links are in my bio. Figured out the person who's most likely stalking me this entire time on here is Sue. The one I believed was my biological mom. And I have a picture to prove that she's not dead. Can somebody please tell me? I'm looking up this site convenience store and I'm not finding it. Why'd they call it site? Right here it says it was called the Royal Blue. Why'd they call it site? I don't even know what to think. Wonder. Anybody from Iowa on here that could tell me if there has ever been a place called Sight? I don't know. And then in the picture, she was sitting on a crate. There was a phone on the wall, and she was bent forward like this. And it was in the store. Now I'm wondering if I can remember. She was wearing brown pants in the shirt, and the shirt was striped, I think. Don't quote me on the striped one, but I know the walls were yellow. They said it was a place called Site convenience store, site gas station, site convenience store, any place like that in Bettendorf, Iowa, or Davenport, Iowa. Like back in the late 70s and 80s. Japanese picture would make it a lot easier. Yes. 1980s, the former site convenience store at 2620 Central Ave, Bettendorf was a Royal Blue grocery. I don't know. What is it? I know it's telling me it's something else. It's part of Eagle Food. Now it's giving me a different ad. This is crazy. I don't even know. You know, I just. You know, some people think an employee had something to do with it. The disappearance. Um, I think the main question I have for Sue is why. I hope she ends up on here because I want to know why. I don't know why she took me. I want to know why. And who was all part of it. I think I'm going to end this for a little bit. I'm going to get elevated, calm myself down, and then I'll be going live on my main account. The GoFundMe for that is in my bio. So, if you're wanting to know what it's about, look at my pinned video on this account, or the one on my on my main account, either one. But yeah. So I'm gonna end this now. I need to calm down. I'll be on my main account. I didn't block you. I done that days ago, like the night you asked me to. And just look. I thought you were unblocked too. Okay, I'm gonna look real quick before I end this. I'm gonna look because I could have swore I blocked y'all. You didn't. You know, you're a guy, aren't you?
Oh my god! Isn't it gorgeous?
Flying without wings. Are you a guy? Because the only ones I know that do that are guys. It's okay. It's true, but it's okay. Lord have mercy. Okay, let me see if I can do this. Oh, I forgot. Sorry, Valpo. Regina, I don't know what you want me to call you. I'll make sure not to call you late for dinner, though. You know. Alright. You're unblocked. No, I'm just saying the reason I say you're a guy, aren't you? Because the only ones that I know that do that don't listen. Just I say you can call me anything, just don't call me late for dinner and don't call me Heather. I hate that. I hate I have to use that name legally still. What? Okay. I will see you soon. No, it's Grace Marie. So, give me about 10 to 15 minutes and I'll be live on my other one. I gotta do the whole elevation thing, you know. I'll tell you what, the one thing that would cheer me up is if, you know, Frankie could just come see me. I'm gonna try, damn it. I actually know what hate is now. I've never thought that I would ever hate anybody. I hate her. I hate her. I hate her. And I gotta keep reminding myself nothing will ever change the past. It's not worth it. Just keep moving forward. So, keep an eye out. Maybe about 15 minutes or so. I took care of her. I took care of her. I protected her from her son. Every time I move in with them, she wouldn't have had a shower for like 2 weeks. I was the one giving her showers. I was the one doing everything for her. Took care of her other son for the first 2.5 years of his goddamn life. I hate her. And I just want to know why. And then to stalk me and do all the shit she's been doing all this whole time for the past 3 fucking years? Almost? I hate that. I fucking hate her. I'll be back on my main account in about 15 minutes or so. So until next time, I'll see y'all later. You can find me on my main account. See y'all later.